You're listening to another episode of Mr. Allard's Neighborhood. This is a place we're entitled to Brad's opinion. And now for your host, Brad Allard.
Well, good morning, or good afternoon now. It's noon, past noon. And things are just going great here in the neighborhood. Of course, we have Gabrina, Soliz, Daniels going to tell us all about the chamber. She's got all her notes.
I don't have as many papers today as I normally do, but
I know you're busy because I was mentioning before the show, you look like you've been pretty busy.
I have. It's been a blessing, but yes, I'm tired.
Well, yeah. Well, it's because it's just one of the busiest times of year for y'all.
You know, I get that question a lot, and yes and no. It's not supposed to be because our events are kind of winding down, but yes, because we are getting prepared for next year.
Right.
And I told both Jessicas, I said, listen, what we're going through right now is a walk in the park compared to what we're about to do. I said, you multiply what we're doing now times about 15, and we're about to hit the ground running.
You talk about before the end of this year or early next year?
Well, as soon as we get this event over with on Saturday, we're going to start really focusing on next year.
Well, we'll certainly go over that because I know that you have a lot of events coming up, and I just thought maybe there'd be some sort of, I don't know, chamber-related Christmas activity, but I guess also they need to be with family and whatnot. Who knows?
Yeah.
I know you like to be a family. Hey, Taylor, show us that picture that she sent us. That really was, it just cracked me up. It was on her Facebook page. I saw that and said, that looks like a mom and her boy. It really does. How old is your son now?
He'll be 7 November the 9th. So he's already a little goofball.
Yeah. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I just saw that picture and I cracked up in my house. I was by myself, but I just thought that's such a mother picture. Was there an event? No, he's wearing these weird glasses or just being silly?
Yes, it was Grandparents' Day at his school. And since Rodney's parents live close to Beaumont, my parents live in Lubbock, and it's like, he asked me, he said, Mom, everybody has people coming to eat with them. And can you please come eat with me? And I'm like, okay. So, yes, I started I had him late in life for me. So I can, I play both roles, parent and grandparent.
You're hardly at grandparents' age.
Oh, yes, I am.
Well, only if you were a child bride or something like that. But no, I would call you that. But no, it's I remember those days, but it just was sweet, I thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to talk about all what's going on in the next few weeks. Also, you have another one of your Tuesday night get-togethers, I believe, at Grandview Bank.
Grandview Bank, yeah.
Over near Joshua. I always get confused in that part of town. Is it Joshua? Is it Burleson? Is it BISD?
Yeah.
I have no idea half the time. It's really kind of funny. But anyway, we talk about the sponsors and we talk about what's going on at Christmas and on and on and on. It's just wonderful. Thank you, Daniel, at CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. It's never a bad time. Oh, hang on, Taylor. I've got the link from yesterday's show here. I'm sorry. I must have hit the wrong one. Try that one.
I'll resend.
Well, no, I think I hit the wrong one. There it is. I hit the wrong button. It's my fault. No, I do that a lot. Anyway, thank you, Daniel. CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. I always enjoy talking with Daniel because he's very involved in it. You know Daniel, I'm quite sure. Based in Steel and also these other outfits. He also is the next student of mine, and we talk about, I don't know, a lot of things around Christmas time. He has some very nice children. Thank you, Shandy, over at Stogsdill Group, a realty group. I mean, I know that there's a lot going on there because realty is always a business. Now, I've asked you this before, but not everybody's heard you on the show. Y'all get real estate reports of such. I mean, you're aware of what's going on with the real estate industry around here, right?
Not really.
Oh, well, now you maybe.
No, not really.
I thought maybe not on so much you get like a formalized report, but I mean, you have your.
Things coming in.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I thought you meant like real estate.
No,
like houses.
I was thinking more of the commercial side of it.
Yes.
As far as like residential, I mean, you probably keep an eye on it, but I doubt you get like, a detailed statistical report. That's not what I meant, but you are aware of growth patterns and where businesses should be placing their business and whatnot. And
we kind of get it after, when they get their certificate of occupancy, that's when we kind of find out about it. So it's not like, Alex gives us the inside scoop. He does a lot it's very, very hush hush,
Yes,
and
I
almost like you
know.
have to have, high level security clearance in order to get that. And that's great. He does a great job with that. But we usually get it, once everybody else kind of finds out about it and they get their certificate of occupancy. And then we try to go. And
Well, you're
go
right
from
about
there.
Alex. So he does keep it closed mouth.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
threatened to waterboard him last time. He said, "Bring it! I'm never giving up these secrets." So he does a great job. That little crew of his does a great
Oh,
job.
yeah, they're awesome.
Also, thank you to Otto at our place. I was just there yesterday, and I'll probably be there. I'm there like maybe every 4 or 5 days. But that's the kind of place Otto has at our place. I do business there. I do my BNI meetings there. I do sometimes I meet my friends there. We have a Sunday school men's group that meets every other Thursday morning. It's really nice. And it's always great service. What I like about Otto's place, actually, besides the food, which is great, is also the staff is consistent. You get to know these young people, and you don't always see that in the restaurant business.
Right.
So that says something to me about what kind of employer Otto is. Also, Chris at the Wild Cigar, or have a little cigar and culture. Go over there, have a smoke, have a drink, talk about your favorite French novel. I don't know, but it's a great place to go do business. They have a conference room there, and I've seen business taking place in the middle of the afternoon. Also, while I'm at it, I want to remind you, Wild and our place are sponsoring an election contest. So if you send me your picture with the I voted sticker, or if you voted and you didn't get a sticker, I'll take your word for it. Just send me a picture of it and we'll put you on the list, and you'll have 2 winners, each getting a gift card from both these 2 places. Yeah. So have you voted yet?
I have not, and that's what one on my list is to remind everybody to go vote. I'm going to actually go today.
Then I'll put you on the list.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture with my sticker.
Okay.
I actually need to go talk to Otto too. So
Yeah, straighten him up. Good luck. You got to make an appointment because he's like, "Oh, I'll get there when I get there."
Yeah,
And then he wanders around the restaurant like Dean Martin. I don't know. I make fun of him because he's like this celebrity. But it's really good. I like to encourage voting, and because that's what a government teacher does, isn't it?
right.
But it is important, and it drives me nuts when I read like half the Texans didn't vote that could have.
Yeah.
And then they want to grinch and moan about government. Anyway, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Otto, for supporting the institution of voting. Also, thank you to Tiffany Nico. I have to get used to calling her that. I knew her as Tiffany Griffin for a while. Her magazine's out this week, and you may already have it, or it'll be there this week. 30,000 homes, over 110,000 people. Great advertisements. Got in the middle of it. They have all the public events that are going on for the city and otherwise. So it's a really great magazine. I'm trying to get her on in the next couple of weeks, but it's kind of hard to get a hold of her. She's really busy. She does a lot of different things other than just being, a business tycoon. She actually is a mother too, so she has to deal with that. And you know what that's like, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, that your son's younger, right?
Yeah.
And so, but there's all different kind of set of things you need to do for a younger boy, right?
There is. But it's fun.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to remember, well, business will still be there tomorrow. I need to take care of this right now.
Right. And luckily, I just have one. I think she's got what? Didn't she have 2?
Well, she has one in college right now, and then her daughter's a junior, I believe.
Yeah.
And I met them at the wedding, both lovely young ladies. It's really nice. So anyway, locallifetx.com is up. And we have Southern Gym. Now, didn't you tell me you were going to see Gayla today?
I am actually, and I'm excited. She's actually I'm gonna have her put a battery in one of my watches and fix one of my earrings, and then I'm also gonna go do a survey with her. So that'll
Really?
be fun. Yeah.
Well, you'll see my wife. She'll be there. Have you ever met wife?
I have not.
Well, ask for her and say, where's that wonderful
Where's
Robin?
Brad's better half.
Everybody says that, and it's like
Yes.
better 3/4. But she's there right now. She's working 2 to 3 days a week now that she's retired from the school system, and it's like Disneyland for her because she loves jewelry.
Right.
They do repairs. They've repaired her wedding ring. I think the diamond got a little knocked loose when she was knocking me around a bit. And also her watch had needed repaired. So she gets to do repairs, they do designs, cleanings, and of course inventory. And they're in the midst of trying to move downstairs. Did Gail talk to you about that?
Yeah.
Construction and SBA loans and all that. God bless her. It's all this bureaucracy. But anyway, Southern Gym, Christmas is here. It's not coming. It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
Well, we still have Thanksgiving. Don't forget about Thanksgiving.
I must be one of the very few people around that likes Thanksgiving better than Christmas. I like the food, I like the football, and the
You're going to get
family.
muted.
All right, all right. Christmas is all this prep, and you have it, and then you're done, and
Yeah.
it's like a big letdown afterwards.
Yeah.
Of course, with a 6-year-old boy, I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so-
because we do the Santa steps and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and quick thing on Thanksgiving, I was told I had somebody that was in the restaurant industry, and they were at a conference, I think 2 weeks ago, and the guy from Butterball was speaking and saying, if you are planning on getting a turkey, you need to get it now because the supply is not there, and if you wait, be prepared to spend couple $100 on a turkey.
Well, that's what I told my sister and mom Sunday. They were over at the house. We had a little family get together since my son was in town, and I told them, said, we don't have to have turkey.
Right.
We could have Thanksgiving fajitas, as far as I'm concerned. But they want to do the traditional thing, so I told them, "We'll get your turkey."
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you, Gayla at Southern Gym. Thank you also to Michelle and Fried Hot Works, 731 John Jones, over by the theater and Kroger, and it seems like a bunch of medical health care clinics, which has nothing to do with Hot Works. It helps you stay out of those clinics, with the Hot Work treatment. Hey, Taylor, you need to go back, don't you? He said
I do.
Yeah, he said you were missing your life.
Go today.
Good. All right.
You need to go.
11 different, I might actually have to work out. Who knows? And
I know.
Usually I'm just working out my remote control. The Hot Works has 11 different programs that you could choose from less to more strenuous. All right. And also, yoga and Pilates and rowing and, what do you do, Taylor?
I do the rowing one and like the blast. It's like elliptical. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I do them though.
You
The
do 'em.
blast and what's the rowing one? Thunder.
All right. Also, thank you to Melissa Harmon, the Texas Farm Bureau. She is my agent. She saved me a little time, trouble, and money. Her office is right behind Captain D's over on Summercrest. And so if you want to give her a call, 682-804-0534, and she'll check out your insurance. And if she can't save you money, she'll tell you. She's not going to try to sell you on something you don't need. And I was able to not just save some money on a couple of my policies, but also upgrade my life insurance policy. So give her a look at that. Also, we've been going to be sponsoring, or not sponsoring, promoting is a better word. Our friends over at Re-Inspire in Cleveland, they're having a fundraiser with Christmas ornaments. And right now you can get an ornament either at Accents here in Burleson or at the Bennett's Office Supply. It's over in the square in Cleveland. But Accents is probably more convenient for most of us. And basically they're hoping or asking for a $15 donation. And they're also asking if you want to participate in this and distribute these things as well. Let her know. Sharice has got this thing going on. If you're not familiar with Re-Inspire, they help kids that are in the foster system who are aging out adjust to adulthood, with things that we just took for granted, like kitchen work, how to prepare meals or how to keep a checkbook and things like that. So help her out with this over to Re-Inspire. All right. So lots going on, you say, as always. You must live in a whir. I mean, it just,
It's just a blur.
Just you wake up and go, what day is this? So anything going on in the next couple of weeks?
Yes. Well, we had our luncheon on Thursday, our economic development update luncheon this past Thursday. We had 165 registered. Alex did an amazing job giving us an update. And then we did a panel discussion on get to know your economic development crew. So we got to ask Alex and Drew and Joni some questions, and that was a lot of fun.
I bet. Was Joni her usual lively self?
She was. It was so funny. She's I love Joni.
Well, she really is a sweet young lady, and she's so enthusiastic about what she does, just like you are. I mean, I'm impressed because I could tell just from sitting across this table how much of your energy and yourself you put into this job, and he could tell. And I think that carries over to the reason why the chamber's been doing so well in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about that luncheon. Where was it held?
It was at Pathway Church. It was this past Thursday, and Rio Mambo catered, and so it was. We had Texas Health Hughley Hospital was our title partner. And so, I mean, it was great, you know, and the people that showed up, you know, I mean, they're all big supporters, you know, the city and everybody, you know, big supporters of the chamber. And so, yeah, I was a little nervous, you know, but as always, but, you know, like I told them, because we showed a video, we announced our business over breakfast that's going to be starting in January. And I was watching the video and I thought, you know, if you were to tie my hands together, I probably wouldn't be able to say one word because I talk with my hands, you know. So
you're not the only one.
Yeah.
So, what is this you're talking about? This business and breakfast.
So the business over breakfast. You know, right now we have our network at nights, and it's the second Tuesday of every month, and it's at a different location. We have heard, you know, people would love to come, but it's in the evenings, and you know, we have kids that have practice, or we got to take them here. We've got this going on, so we thought, okay, let's do a business over breakfast. And this is going to be put on by the Diplomats. It's another chamber arm, you know, there. And so they came and we put it all together, and it's going to be a little more strategic rather than just like the normal network at nights where you go in, you pass out cards, you chit chat, you know, and you have a few appetizers and network, and then you go home. This is going to be a little more intentional. What sets this event apart from all the other networking groups, you know, like the ones that meet in the mornings or in the afternoons, like BNI, yeah, is that you know, whereas BNI you have one person per industry, right, and you recommend them. You know, this is more, we're a chamber, so everybody's welcome, but way back when I first got this position, I said one thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to start partnering with more businesses in the community, really show support for the businesses and get the word out, and, you know, show that the chamber is also supporting our local businesses as well. So what we've decided to do is we're actually teaming up with BISD and the CTE department. And so I'm excited about that. I've already spoke to Miss Uranga, and she is she's the instructor for culinary arts. And so the culinary arts group is going to be making our breakfast once a month. And every month we're going to have somebody from one of those specific studies come and talk to us about the group. So it's like the first month in January is probably going to be culinary arts. So we'll have a couple of people from them. February may be agriculture. You know, March may be welding and mechanics or something like that, because there's a lot of businesses that don't know that this even exists.
I tell you one that I would highly recommend is a gentleman named Seth Higgins over at the Advanced. He's the head of the advanced programs, and he was on the show a week ago Thursday, and he does head of the early college program, the early college high school we have. The
Burleson Collegiate High School?
Yes.
Well, we've also, we've partnered with them as well.
Yeah, I betcha. And they are, now I remember one of them joined your group, right?
Yes, exactly.
But Seth can also help you with other things just besides that. There are all sorts of programs he's in charge of. So it was a great show. And I think if people understood in this community just what a value that is to have a program in BISD that helps save you 2 years of college and the money that goes with that. Also, another group you might want to look at is their gaming programming.
Yeah.
You know, they're over on what used to be the Venue 510.
Right.
That's a ongoing deal. I know they have a firefighting group. They have something to do with aviation at Centennial. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I don't know if you get your pilot's license, but I think they can get you on the way for one. So, there's all sorts of stuff the school can help you with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, this breakfast business is speaking of which, I want to pause here. I mentioned BNI. Jeremy Bleeker was supposed to be here, but he's stuck at Fort Worth, right at the car.
Yeah, he had some mechanical issues, which I think I'm going to refer him to the mechanics department at the CTE at BISD, you know.
Well, yeah. He just apparently was a dead battery or something. He just stuck.
Yeah.
Well, so he'll be on it another time.
Yes.
But anyway, they have got great programs, and BISD and I have hooked up a deal where we're going to meet. They're going to come on the show once a month, like the third Thursday of the month. And I already got a guest coming up in 2.5 weeks, I guess. And that'd be Kevin Ozzie, the head of...
Oh, yeah. We do a lot with Kevin.
Yeah. He does not just the athletics, but also the fine arts. So,
right.
That's, I believe, the 17th or some date like that.
Yeah.
I don't have a calendar in front of me. But that, I'm glad you were pulling in some of the school programs like that.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people who don't have kids in school, or maybe small children. They don't know all the stuff that this district offers.
Exactly. And that's why we want to. That's what sets us apart from all the rest of the networking groups. We're getting the word out about what the CTE program does, and then also we're partnering with the Burleson Collegiate High School because in these surveys that I'm doing, and one of the questions is, are you having any problems with recruitment? And it's yes. Every one of them is yes. And so these kids that are going to be graduating high school with an associate's degree are going to be looking for jobs. These people that are showing up, these businesses that are showing up are going to be looking for employees. So in my mind, the main job of the chamber is to connect people together, and that's what we're doing, is we're connecting people together that can,
Now these breakfasts, are they going to be held in a restaurant setting or like at the business setting?
No, it's going to be kind of like a business setting. It's going to be, we're going to do it at the Brick. And so they're going to come, they're going to kind of set everything up for us. And then it's going to be structured a little differently. So let's say you are the MC for the day. Okay. Everybody's going to be sitting at their tables. You get to talk about your show the whole time that you're an MC.
Oh.
And so that's one of the benefits of being the MC. And then everybody's going to have about 30 seconds to kind of give a brief little commercial about their show or about their business. And then you have the spotlight business. And that spotlight business is going to get a couple of minutes. But in between tables, you can say, oh, and by the way, we're offering this special or whatever you have going on. So again, it's about you this whole time. Then at the end, we will actually draw for the MC for the next month, and then also the spotlight business. So that'll be fun.
It will be. That sounds like a great advantage to being part of the chamber.
Exactly.
I'm a part of that BNI group, which I'm probably say this again at the end of the show. BNI is having a social get together a week from Thursday at 6 to 8 at the top of that Windmiller building. I'm sure you've been there several times for that patio area and the kitchen area. We're just a meet and greet because we're trying to expand a little bit. So I'll be placing that. How would I advertise that on your platform though?
You just need to send us. In fact, Camille sent us a flyer, and I just need to give it to Jessica, and then she'll post it in the e-blast.
She was way ahead of me.
Yep.
Well, great. Well, and see, that's another advantage of being in the chamber, because I have access to all your connections and all the other members and whatnot. But anyway, this breakfast sounds like a pretty good idea, but it starts in January, right?
It starts in January. Yeah, it's going to be the last. So the Network at Night is the second Tuesday of every month, and then the Business Over Breakfast is the last Tuesday of every month. So our first one is going to be January 31st, and it's going to be from 7:30 to about 9 o'clock at the latest. We'll do the commercials, and then after that, you'll have time to kind of go networks. So
pass your cards out, shake a few hands.
Yeah. Talk to somebody that and then what we'll do also is, even though it's free, we're asking everybody to sign up, because what I'll do is I will create a spreadsheet of those people that are attending that particular meeting, and then I will email that information out. So let's say at the end, I'm talking to you and I see Taylor over there that I really need to talk to him, but I'm talking to you and I can't cut you off. So
you can.
So I will email Taylor and say, hey, I saw you at the meeting and I really need to talk to you. And that way you have those connections from that particular meeting. But I'm not going to, if somebody wasn't there, it's going to be a new sheet every single time, with just the people that are attended.
You don't want to waste food either.
Exactly.
That's one of my pet peeves is food waste. It's like, maybe it's how I was brought up, eat, finish that, clean your plate.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the important question, though, is on the mind of people. On the Tuesday night things, there's a drink provided.
There is.
Yeah, what about the breakfast?
Well,
isn't it,
coffee, tea, water.
Boy. No, I was just thinking, maybe, all right, 7:30 in the morning, maybe a little early to be hitting the sauce,
Mimosa,
but still.
No.
Yeah.
Orange juice, apple juice.
Boy. Well, you don't want to go to work in, slightly hammered. So, but still, that just, it can't be helped. But I think that's a really great thing, though.
Yeah.
We meet once a week in our BNI, and we've become friends. We really have. Yesterday I had Dee Dee Simpson on, and she's a member. She's with Thrive, a social promotion, and among other things, and handles all sorts of business online stuff. And it just, we become friends. I'm sure this happened with the chamber.
Right.
You get there, you become more than just, I don't know, compatriots in a group, but you become friends that probably see each other outside of the chamber process.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the advantages also, particularly if you're new in town.
Yeah. And you're building those relationships,
Now, maybe you've already said this, but when's the next Tuesday night thing?
It's going to be this coming Tuesday, November the 8th.
A week from today?
At Grandview Bank. Yeah.
And basically, it's not a new bank building as such. It used to be the Texas Bank, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, you're just saying that you're not sure.
I'm not sure.
I think it was the Texas. It's over on Wilshire.
Yes.
It's near North Point Baptist and the QT and all that business over there. So you'll see it.
Yeah.
And you just go down Wilshire and there it is. I think it's across the street from one of my wife's favorite places, an antique mall. So
well, I don't know if you've been in the bank. We did our ribbon cutting there, and I love it because I'm a country girl, so I always say I should have been born back at the Bonanza days. Well, it reminds me of the Westerns because you walk in, the vault is right in the middle. They've got, and I'm like, looks like the windows are like the old timey, and I'm like, I could just live here.
You like that Western? Well, of course, you have a horse, don't you?
Oh, we've got four.
Four
horses, 1 donkey, 2 goats, 3 dogs.
You live in the country life, are you?
We do. We do.
Yeah, it's just nice and peaceful and quiet. No, I'm sure it's a lot of work, but anyway.
No,
what I tell you, this is totally off the subject rather. Sorry. Have you ever been to that Sunset Tree Farm in Alvarado? I had Donna. My friend Donna was on it. Yeah, your son would love it, or if his Sunday school or his, what is he, second grade?
First
grade. His first grade class would love it. Dwayne and Donna Patrick have a Sunset Tree Farm, and it has a little Western town thing going on. It has like a barn full of pumpkins because it's that time of year, right? But it has like these little. It's like a setup. It's like a movie set almost, and they'll take them on a ride. And it's in the country near Alvarado. If I try to tell you how to get there exactly, all I know is that you go in south on 35, where Turkey Flats,
Turkey Creek.
Turkey Creek, rather. That's it. I don't know what flat. Turkey Creek, the landfill. Take that exit, turn left, go over the bridge, and they got pumpkins kind of guiding you to it. Or signs of pumpkins anyway. And it's really nice. Our Sunday school class went there because Donna is part of a group. And it's a nice country setting. And Donna loves that setting, that country stuff. She was a biology teacher I worked with for many years at 2 different schools. So she likes nature and all that. And she'll show them all this stuff with nature.
Fun.
No, they'd love it.
Oh, yeah.
What school does your boy go to?
Well, he goes to Hike Elementary here in Burleson.
All right, so Hike, I'm sure we set that up. And so that was just off. That's a little promotion for my friend. Particularly this time of year when things are turning and it's not quite so hot.
Right.
So anyway. So what else is going on?
Well, let's see. We've got our Holiday Bazaar coming up this Saturday.
Where at?
That's going to be at Pathway Church. We have almost 70 vendors. So we're really excited about that. We've got, you name it. We do the craft show every year. And we've got a few more spots for vendors. So if anybody's out there and, want to participate, just, email me at the chamber or whatever, and I'll be more than happy to send you an application. We're cutting applications off Wednesday.
Now, is the chamber sponsoring this?
Yes, it's something. It's actually the Power Heels. The Power Heels puts this on every year.
Power Heels. I've seen those on social media.
Yes.
So 70 vendors, is Christmas related stuff or all stuff?
All kinds of stuff.
Good.
I mean, from clothes to jewelry to candles to Christmas crafts, books. I mean, I go there to finish up my Christmas shopping.
Really?
Because it's stuff that people make, and it's, local, and most of it's local, and, you're supporting small businesses, and that's what we do.
It sounds similar to the farmer's market. Maybe, I don't know if there are any food there or food products.
Some people do have food, but, we allow stuff in. We want to make sure that if you're a vendor, it's stuff that you can take home,
right?
And not say, oh, well, yes, I'll get this to you or whatever. It's to promote your business, but
right.
It's, for people to buy and be able to take home with them that day, So.
Well, I have a feeling my wife will be there. She loves these kind of things.
Oh, well, tell her to come. I'm going to tell her about it today.
Tell her about today.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's working Saturday or not, but if she's not, I bet I'll bet you'll be there.
Oh,
You know, you mentioned it's at Pathways. It seems like most of the stuff like this is either at Pathways or at First Baptist. I was talking to Ronnie Johnson and Rick Green on last Thursday's show. I said, hey, guys, have y'all thought about we need a space, a public space? You know, the city needs to have one, not just be relying on our churches. I don't know how much y'all have input on that, but I bet you hear that more than once.
Oh, we do. We
Yeah.
do. You know, especially when, you know, people are wanting to put on larger events in the evening where there's alcohol, you know.
Right.
You can't really do that at anywhere around here, you
Oh,
know.
at First Baptist, just put it in your boot. You know, bootleg it in. They won't, you know. you know, well, but no, I wouldn't. I'm a member first. I know how they would react.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wondered if the chamber's getting, giving any feedback to these guys, because they hear it.
Right.
But I just wonder if the business community tells you this. And and we talked about this also. There used to be a plan that would had a business meeting place in a hotel right near the golf course. And that's still kind of out there, but it just, where do you get the money for some of this? And you're going to have a hotel sponsor like Omni or something like that. And I don't know, just putting that in front of you so you put it in front of them.
Right, yeah.
Hearing it from you, I mean, I'm just a cranky old podcaster, but hearing it from you, they'll think, well, maybe we ought to take this seriously.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that they've heard it a lot from a lot of different people. You know, there's a lot of businesses that ask us for that, and I'm sure that if they ask us, I'm sure that they talk to the city as well.
Well, I hope so, because we really do need that.
We do,
I've seen a couple of these other smaller towns have that. There's a couple of places like Corsicana, where my parents live. They have a public place like that, and you mentioned want to have drinks and all. It's not like we're opening up a bar.
Oh, no.
But we want to have an adult place
Right.
that that it doesn't have restrictions as such.
Right.
But I hope you can make it happen.
I mean, like we'd love to have our gala there. We have our gala at Medina Ranch. But it's an evening event, and and I know Cleburne has a Cleburne Conference Center.
I've been in there for several things that were not just for Johnson County, but Burleson, was part of that, and it's like we need this over here, because I want to drive away to Cleburne if I don't have to.
Right, and I like the fact that, and I'm just putting it out there for the city. If they build one, the chamber, they run the conference center, and if y'all need our chamber to run the new conference center, if y'all want to put one up, we can definitely talk about it.
You betcha.
And get a visitor center here and all that kind of fun stuff.
Well, next Tuesday, the mayor will be sitting in that seat, and I'll bug him about it.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens.
He's hilarious. He cracks me.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, you had to bring that up. But anyway, I'm going to bring that up. So, but no, we talked to him. I have Victoria on every other month, and I mentioned it to her too.
Yeah.
And I think they're aware. I just think the expense is prohibitive right now, but we'll figure out something.
I'll tell you what, when I win that lottery, the $1.2 billion, I'm going to put a conference center
You're going to have to fight me for it.
We can split it.
We call it Gabrina World.
Yeah, Gabrina World.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, but see, the thing is, 10 years ago, that would have been silly even bring it up. But now, because Burleson's grown so much, we need it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is past the point, well, it'd be nice, but no, we need it.
Yeah.
Because we have so many businesses here, and also just in Johnson County.
Right. And we're growing.
Yeah, we're growing so fast.
I mean,
it'd be
a lot.
Having a nice one near a golf course, that'd be a destination point for a lot of smaller size conventions and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And so, well, we'll see what we got. Maybe I'll shake him down. Say, get after it, Mr. Mayor. What's the matter with you? So what else you got?
Well, okay, so we talked about the business over breakfast. We actually have our winter luncheon scheduled for January 19th. I'm already talking about next year.
Well, because the holidays do kind of take up more of your time, personally.
Yeah.
You like to see your kid every now and then, right?
Yeah, I'd like to sleep every now and then. I go directly from work straight to mom duty, and then it's like I crash, and here we go again. But we are going to do something a little different at our January luncheon. We're actually going to bring in a guest speaker. It's going to be Ron White, not the comedian, but the memory guy. And so he's going to come in and talk to us about, how a lot of people like myself, like myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget so many things, and you know, I'm a visual person. I can recognize faces all day long, but names, it's like, oh man. So he's going to come in and he's going to kind of, you know, talk to us a little bit about that. So I'm really excited about that. That's something new.
Well, I could use it myself. You know, I get my steps in going back to the house 3 times because I forgot something, you know. I get my wallet and keys. Oh, I forgot my phone.
Yeah.
And I get back. Oh, I forgot this. And, you know, and same thing when I get out of the car, same thing. Oh, I left my keys in there. You know, it's like, I don't need to have a little Fitbit thing going on. I know I'm getting my steps in because I'm always retracing my steps.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, but that'd be very interesting. Now, where is this going to be held?
This one's going to be at Pathway as well.
Well, they certainly are putting themselves out, aren't they?
Yes, they are. We're actually, then we're going to do our State of Education in April. We're going to do that one at First Baptist Church.
There we go.
Yeah.
You got to give us a piece of the action.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. And we try to do, you know, we do our little lunch and learns and stuff at First Baptist, you know. Pathway has that new sanctuary, you know, it's really large. And so it, you know, like for our holiday bazaar, you know, it makes sense because they can accommodate such a large group.
I was in it for the first time for Tiffany Griffin, now Nico's wedding. And I was like, my goodness, this is like a hotel lobby. And it's like, or a mall. It's very nice.
Yes, it is.
And I know we have the space at First with that well, it's where we do one of our services, but it could be used for multiple purposes. And is that where they do that university education thing that the city
Project
does?
U?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah, they do it there.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I think Project Youth, I think they're going to do it at Pathway next year. I think it's alternating. I'm not sure if it's alternating.
That Rick Owen just got to have a piece of everything, don't he? You know, he's like the godfather in town. Yeah. Well, so you got January. Sounds like you're going to be hitting that ground hard and running.
Yeah, we have our network at night on January 10th. We've got our winter luncheon on the 19th. We've got Chamber 101 class, which you can come and we sign up for that as well. And that's, you know, we'll go over how to maneuver and work on your page on our site and, you know, talk about your benefits and make sure you get, you know, you're getting everything that you're paying for. And then January 31st is our business over breakfast. And, you know,
so are these Tuesday nights still going to continue?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I see. I was thinking maybe in my head, I thought these breakfast meetings will take the place of those.
No, it's in addition to.
Okay.
It's
so
in addition to.
Okay.
So, you know, we're hitting both, we're targeting both groups. You know, people that can't make it in the morning can make it in the evening. People that can't make it in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you want to come to both, come to both.
Yeah, well, you know, if there's, you know, food and drink available of any kind, you know, some people show up, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you probably see some of the same people every month.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's great.
Yeah. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
You have like a membership drive or anything like that?
No, not really. Not yet. You know, we're blessed because we're getting quite a few new members all the time.
As I am, and it's worth it every bit.
It really is. And I'm thankful. And, you know, I think I mentioned before, right now I'm going through, you know, we've partnered with the City of Burleson Economic Development, Alex and his group, and we're kind of, you know, we've contracted with them to help them with some business retention. So he has tasked me to interview 100 businesses in the community. I have a year to do that, and that's great.
Is that what you're doing with Gala today?
That's what I'm doing with Gala today. Yes,
okay.
Yes. They've given me the list, and so I just started. I think the second week in October, and I think I've already gotten about 20 or 25 done.
Well, that's still a lot of people to talk to, and you know, have to hustle around and then compile all the stuff.
Yeah, it is, but you know what? It's great because it's allowing me to check something off of my chamber little to-do box because my goal as the executive director is to go and meet with every single one of our chamber members and put a face with a name and let them know that I'm accessible, that you can call me, that I'm not just going to come to you whenever I need something, that you get to come to me when you need something, because that's what this is about. You know?
What is your retention of members? Is it pretty high? Would you say?
We have almost 500 members.
Well, I mean, but percentage-wise, it's a pretty high percentage that renew every year. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
500 members. See, that's
almost.
Even more than I thought.
Yeah, almost.
I really didn't have an idea in mind, but 500 or near it is pretty impressive for a town this size anyway.
Right.
And so,
and my goal, and I mean, it may be high, but my goal is in 5 years to have about 1,000 members.
Well, that's a good goal. And it's good to have goals, you know, it's like my goal here in this podcast is not just to do quality podcasts and, you know, blah, 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 but I like to achieve certain access numbers.
Right.
I'm pretty frank about that. I don't want people to, not just for sponsors' sake, but my own ego, which is a substantial ego. Wouldn't you say, Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. It keeps Taylor employed. But but as far as having those kind of goals, ambitious goals are the only ones to have.
Right.
So that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
But as far as the members, we talked about this before, but not everybody's heard this show. So what would you tell a new prospective member?
The biggest thing is to get involved. And, the one thing that I do tell members is that, when they come and talk to me and say, we're thinking of joining the chamber, tell us a little bit about it, what you do. And my first thing is I tell them, if you think that joining the chamber is going to, allow you to sit back and all of a sudden the sky is going to part and the clients are going to fall in your lap and you're not going to lift a finger because everybody's just going to come to you, that is a very big misconception.
Right.
I like to say you get out of it what you put into it.
Absolutely.
And by that, I mean, if you attend events, and we provide the opportunities, but you have to take advantage of those. We are a tool in your tool belt. If you don't get us out and use us, then we're no good to you.
And one thing I used just recently is you have the list of businesses. And so if I needed something,
absolutely,
and I was looking for something, and I was looking for something in particular, and so I got 3-4 names of people that I could use. So it wasn't like I was also curious, but I did it intentionally because I was looking for a contractor of sorts. And looking through this, and then this guy.
Right.
And there is a certain expectation that if they're a member of the chamber, they're going to be not just quality work, but you can trust them and all this other stuff because, the chamber doesn't want to be associated with fly-by-night operations and all that. So that's a good place to find it. It's like, I guess we have Craigslist or Angie's List or some list. I don't know what it is. I don't use those.
Right.
I use yours if I need something, if I don't know somebody already.
Right.
And that's a real benefit right there, just having access and all that.
Absolutely. And we get calls all the time. Hey, can you recommend this? And I mean, we have a lot of realtors that are that are, chamber members, and we don't just pick out the ones that we want. We give them a list of every single chamber member in every industry when they call us because, as a chamber member, you are paying us to help get your business out there,
So you would do this, you'd provide the names. I just figured it was my job to, there's the names, there's the contact information. It's my job.
It is your job, but there's a lot of people that say, hey, it's easier to call and have us look it up than it is for you to Google it. But even though you have to Google our information to get our phone number. But
I know.
That's okay. That's
part of it. That's what the Jessicas help you with, right?
Yes, it is.
So when the time comes and I need this particular type of contractor, I'll be calling somebody off that.
Yeah.
Because it's a real handy thing. And then of course you're helping us promote that BNI meeting. And so, I really suggest that people that I know are not maybe new or are not members of the chamber yet, I say, you need to join. It's not that expensive. It's only, for me, it's like $22 a month.
Yeah. $22.25 a month.
Yeah.
And $235 a year.
And it's tax deductible. So I just try to do it monthly because I like to budget my money out because a lot of people do, I'm sure.
Right.
But it's well worth it.
Yeah. And another thing is what I also like to tell our potential members or even our members, when they say, hey, how can you help me get the word out there about my business? Well, a lot of small businesses, they don't have the means to be able to pay for a $1,500 sponsorship or a $2,000 sponsorship. So I ask them.
Who charges that?
Well, I mean, it depends on what event you're looking at,
Well, I'm not $2,000, by the way.
No, but for a prime example, if you come to me and you say, hey, Gabrina, you know what? I only have $100 that I've budgeted $100 for the year for marketing. Can you help me with that? Absolutely, I can. I will give you a couple of packages worth $100 because my goal and my job is not to turn you down because you pay your membership, but you can't afford these higher level sponsorships. That's not my job. My job is not to turn you down because you can't afford that. My job is to help you get to a point where you can afford that. So, if we do a couple of packages for $100 and then hopefully in 5 years you come to me and you say, hey, Gabrina, remember that time that we did those packages for $100? Well, guess what? My business has grown tremendously, and now I can afford a $2,000 sponsorship, and I want to do it with you because you helped me get to where I'm at today. That is the job of the chamber.
That's my goal. I'd like to be in a situation financially with this show that I could sponsor some of these nonprofit things, buy tables or whatever, and, give back to the community and that kind of thing. My way of giving back to the community is access, I guess. Since I have the nonprofits on, I have Jennifer Woods over at Harvest House will be here next Thursday. That's my ability to do it. But as far as like a big high dollar promotion program, it'd stretch my budget pretty hard.
Right.
But you can also tell your potential members or other members access to this show, like we would have with Jeremy, doggone him. But except for that, but next time you come, you could, like we had the H2O guy.
Yeah.
And that the HTO.
HTO. In fact, they did a ribbon cutting today at 11:30, and I missed it because I was here. And,
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. That's what I have the two Jessicas for.
Yeah.
So. But I was going to tell you too, we are, Jack Matson is on our board of directors, and he is also heading up the Toys for Tots this year. And so I didn't, I had Jeremy coming on, and if I'd have thought about it last minute, I'd have gotten Jack in here to talk about that program because he's partnered with the city. And I mean, there's a lot of groups involved in that. So
I have a couple open dates coming up. The only date that I reserved for me was the 10th. Because it's a couple days after election, and I wanted to vent my spleen on that. But I know that the 7th is open.
Okay.
And I believe the 21st is open, because the 14th is gala. And so those. But if you want to do it sooner than that, the 7th would be. Next Monday be the as soonest time. So if you want to tell your friend.
Yeah, I'll tell Jack to get in touch with you that way he can come and talk about Toys for Tots.
And you could send us a logo and we'll throw it up on the screen like we're doing Inspired. In fact, while I got your attention, vast listening audience, if you're a nonprofit and you're involved in some sort of fundraiser, charity event, whatever else, let us know. Send us the logo and the information. We'll throw it in the ad rotation. Or if you're a private business owner, but you're doing something charitable, we'll certainly promote that as well. If you're, a private business, but you're doing something to promote, I don't know, like a Toys for Tots or whatever, let us know. Next couple of months, we'll kind of keep the schedule open for this kind of advertising. That's kind of, our way of giving.
Right.
But if he can't make that date,
I bet he'll.
The next open date would be the 15th. Okay.
Because I think they're wanting to collect the toys on November the 30th, and they're going to do it at Chisenhall. I mean, it's going to be a huge deal. Burleson BISD is going to be involved. They're going to have the band out there, the flag, the football players, I believe, are going to be coming, and you're going to be able to drive your car through there and drop toys off. And I think they're going to have a stuff the bus contest with the schools as well. And I mean, it's a big deal.
What's this gentleman's business?
Jack Matson, he works for Legal Shield.
Okay. Okay. Well,
but he's a retired Marine. And so he is.
The Marines do that.
Yes, it's the Marine Corps. Yeah, that's doing the Toys for Tots.
Well, just have them contact me. You have all the information I need, and we'll see what we can do because. Or I can kick the mayor off. No, I can't do that.
No, you can't kick the mayor off.
I can't do that.
No. He'll probably be like, yeah, kick me off.
Yeah, but after the last show, I promise you.
Oh yeah, no, poor mayor.
Well, it's part of the job, dadgummit. But that'd be great.
I'm glad that this is our job. Is that we're
you
fun
stay out
friendly.
of that crap.
I do. I stay out of it.
Stay out of it altogether.
Yep.
So I'm not going to ask you about your predictions on the election for next Tuesday. Oh, doggone it!
Nope.
Nope. She's not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
So.
I walk the center, walk in the middle.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, we're coming close on time. So if there's anything else you want us to know, you got the floor.
I just want to thank everybody for being huge supporters of the chamber, and thank you guys for this opportunity for allowing me to come on once a month and bring some of our members on. And
it's our pleasure, really. It is.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, I look forward to this. This is kind of my. I get to breathe.
Well, I was telling you earlier, I like having you on among other reasons because you're prepared, and and most people are prepared, but I could probably do a 4-hour show just on the list you bring there because you got all this stuff going on. But it's just a very relaxing show because you always got this kind of energy is infectious. It really is because you're just such a cheerleader for what you do.
Right.
And
I love it. I love what I do.
Yeah, and so people
job.
see that and they want to be part of that.
I love making a difference. I think that's what I was put on this earth for, was to make a difference.
You are making a difference as a mother and a wife and chamber. My goodness, you're definitely for the community. You're a blessing. So we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And the chamber is done well for us. But like, if I'm talking to the audience now, like I said, if you have a nonprofit or something related to that, let us know. Also, I'm going to promote my BNI friends. 6 o'clock on the 10th at the Windmill Building. Come by if you were looking to join a networking group that really takes it pretty seriously. It's not just cookies and Kool-Aid. We really have intention when we get together about making our businesses grow. And check out the chamber page because you have the next Tuesday is at the Grandview Bank. You can check that out. Do you require a sign up just so they know?
Not for this one. No.
Okay, all right. So check that out. Check out the page like I did, looking for people to use because that's what it's there for. And like you said, if you don't use it, don't complain.
Right. Don't pay us. I don't want you to pay us if you're not going to use it.
Oh, it really is worth it.
Yeah.
All right. So, but anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do. And if, like you said, if you want to come back with your friend Jack, we got the dates.
Perfect.
All righty. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks.